Hello, everyone. This is Rick with a special Cyber Pro podcast. We're here at the Hacker Dojo in Mountain View, California. Very excited for you guys to meet Ed. Ed is the executive director of the Hacker Dojo. Ed, who are you and how did you get to the Hacker Dojo today?
Yeah, so Ed Choudrey, I'm the executive director here, Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised. That's why you see the mural behind us. A buddy of mine, Dubs, came into some pieces here when we first opened. I came to Hacker Dojo in 2014. I had an idea. I've been part of a couple startups, but this was the first time I was going to start my own thing. And I was actually looking for someone technical. And then I ended up teaching myself how to code here and then building the startup here and meeting an awesome community and started volunteering a lot. And you're here all the time because teaching yourself how to code takes a lot of time and a lot of focus. So I'm here all the time. I'm volunteering, and then more just spent more and more time here. Then I joined the board, and then now today I'm the executive director, driving the ship and helping develop the programming.
That's amazing. So, what is the Hacker Dojo?
Hacker Dojo is it's a co-working space before there was co-working. It was a open hacker space. Most people think of it as maker spaces, but we were just known as a hacker space. So we actually came from one of the original hackathons called Super Happy Dev House. And that happened so many times. They said, hey, what if we had a place we can go 24/7 and just hack our brains out and share ideas and just have this openness for community-driven innovation. And that's where we started in 2009. We went pretty strong till 2020. Pandemic hit. We're a nonprofit. It hurt us. We reopened in April, and here we are today. And then our fourth iteration of the dojo within the Bay Area. We've been in 3 in Mountain View and 1 in Santa Clara. So we just came back to Mountain View, so we're excited to be back.
And so, becoming a member of the Hacker Dojo, what's here? What's available to the folks that come in besides just the cool co-working space?
Yeah. So you have community. It's great community. You might run into someone who's kind of further in the journey of their career, and they might have some cautionary tales. They might give you some advice. They will kind of give you some direction. You can also rely on folks for feedback. This is a great place to bounce ideas. This is where the spaghetti's flying. So a lot of it's thinking, some is not, right? But yeah, it's an awesome place where you can meet others who are kind of in the same boat as you. It's a little scary space, right? I'm in this space. Well, it's cool and scary, right? So people who love tech are here passionately sharing what they're doing, but also those who are like first-time founders. It's a great test bed and a neutral testing ground for different innovations. So there's no one particular platform or tool that we all use, or we're not sponsored by corporations. We're all membership driven, and we'll probably get into that. But it's just this open playground for the mind, gym for the mind. Campus without class, they call it. So you have tools. You have a laser room, not laser tag, but laser cutting. You have electronics for light fabrication and prototyping. We have a reflow oven for prototyping PCB boards and stuff like that. And then ultimately we have the event space. So we were created out of an event, so we have events all the time. And that's what's the main driver for this, is that it's open, free events for everyone to come in and share ideas and learn, level up.
Amazing. And you just mentioned something about the membership. I think this is a great time to pivot to that question. This is a membership community. So how does one become a member? Why should they become a member? Why is it important that you drive membership in?
Good question. So our mission and our mission is it's to create a creative, inclusive community and accessible to anyone who just wants to learn, play, and build, and those who are tech-quisitive. So with that, anyone can join. We want as much diversity here as possible, because with that, it brings in different walks of life, and it comes with different perspectives of the world. So it's really, really important to have that. It's easy as just going to hackerdojo.org, signing up, and get going. Yeah, it's $150 a month, or if you do an annual membership, it's $1,200 for the year. So it's like $100 for 24/7 access to a place that has laser cutters and 3D printers and a cool community and unlimited coffee to your heart's capacity.
Kombucha.
Yeah, we got kombucha on tap, which is pretty cool. That was a new perk that we got. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Lemongrass ginger is not bad.
So talk to me about what gets the Hacker Dojo to a self-sustaining where you're not constantly just trying to drive for dollars.
Oh, so sustainability is membership. We've always used it started with 40 members investing in saying, hey, I want this space. Let's get this open space. And that's what it's always been is the membership, because it is your dojo. It's a part of you. You come here, it's your physical wiki. If you want to see something done to a certain space, you want to make a podcast room, let's do it. No, seriously, like, you could make this whatever you want. And that's what the members know, and they do. So it's a piece of you. It's your third space, so you have some ownership over it. It's a duocracy, so whatever you want to see done, we can do it together. So with that small amount of money, that's what helps keep the lights on. We've historically never really relied on donation, corporate sponsorship. The corporates come in, but again, this is neutral testing ground, so we don't enforce, what tools to be used, what platforms to be on, right? So we want to keep it open. So the membership model always kept us in a free format. Right now, the pandemic is beating us up. A lot of the developers in our community and in the broad are still home. Get out, come out and get in person. But we understand it's 2 years of behavior that they're really settled in, but that's affecting us, right? So people aren't coming into person, and that's why we're really driving a lot of the events. It's our top funnel. It's how we get foot traffic in and people exposed to this cool spot. But yeah, it's primarily always been membership. Now, since we're kind of running into some bumpy roads, and we've gone through a lot of our reserves and savings to get this up and running, we're getting down to a fine line where we need to actually get to sustainability about another 70, 80 members. Otherwise, we might have to close our doors. Hopefully we don't do that, because we've been around for 12 years and we survived a pandemic, but now it's like the post-pandemic is really beating us up. So hopefully we can get to some sustainability there. Yeah.
Nice. So folks, don't forget, this is a nonprofit. Your membership actually is going into the nonprofit. So a lot of that's tax deductible. And I've been here for the first time coming out of Montana, coming over here. It's my first day here, and it's amazing. It's not just you let us set up this podcast room, but I'm out there in the co-working space talking to people. I'm not drinking kombucha either, but it's been a great opportunity to just be a part of this today and hopefully in the future.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of end the podcast on a really high note. Tell me a time that something came out of the dojo that just made you smile.
So actually, I interviewed him too. Pebble Watch. Do you remember before the Apple Watch, before all the smartwatches, you had Pebble Watch? An interesting story about Pebble Watch is you had a group of founders coming in, and they had a certain issue with the chip within the watch itself, and they came to a couple of happy hours. And they talked to someone, and they found a solution, and then they built some confidence around it, and they said, you know what? Now we could scale. We're going to go to 100 watches, right? We're going to do 100 watches, and we're going to put it on this thing called Kickstarter. Kickstarter works, right? And then they were like, okay, cool. Oh, and I'll fast forward the story because many of you might know the story of Pebble Watch.
Yep.
We got 100, yeah. And then like 3 days, I'm getting the time all mixed up. I would have to review the interview and stuff. It was cool. 10,000 orders came in, 10,000. So these guys were like, what are we going to do? So then they literally raised, I think it was over 10 million in 23 days on Kickstarter. Yeah. And they speak about this. Kickstarter talks about it. It's hero at that time in 2012. And that all comes from that open community coming in and connecting and being able to share these ideas. So to me, that's one of my favorite stories. It's something of a throwback, if you remember the Pebble Watch. But yeah, it started at the Hacker Dojo. Well, it didn't start at the Hacker Dojo, but it got enhanced and it took off at the Hacker Dojo. Some other notable ones, Pinterest. Yeah, I heard they started out of here, was formerly called Corkboard, and then have graduated, and now they're the unicorn. Webflow started out of Hacker Dojo, so that was another cool one. So there's some of the top of the head. A lot of cool acquisitions that come out of here. So we are an accelerator, but we don't take equity. We're just maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But we are here for the sharing, and we're that platform for founders to come and get started. We're the folks for the people who are scared of tech and want to get into tech and to get started. We might be having some free workshops for coding coming up. We're teaming up with another organization. We have tons of events throughout the week. Check us out on meetup.com/Hacker Dojo. If you're in the area, Bay Area, this is the one open door policy right here. Just be excellent to each other. come here and check out all the stuff that's going on. That's what I would recommend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ed. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming to the Cyber Pro podcast. We had a blast meeting everybody at the Pacific Hackers Conference this year. Please follow us for more great content from the show.